Should you share it or keep it a secret? Should you talk to people about your spiritual awakening, your realizations, your inner healing work? Should you talk to people about what you are planning to do, your goals, your aims, the projects you are working on? Or should you keep it to yourself? That's the question, and I'll share my perspective. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Salo, and I help lightworkers, starseeds, priestesses to remember their true selves and help them step into their highest potential, their soul's power, unlock their gifts and purpose. And I want to talk about something that I've seen coming up so many times in my clients, with my friends, all people I've come across. So when you are going to make some change in your life, you have decided that there is something you want to create. It can be changing your job, starting a business, going into a new relationship. It can be really anything. It doesn't have to be so big thing. But what often happens is that people start to share about those things with other people. And then all of a sudden they cannot break through. Why does it happen? Because when you share something with other people, you have to be very selective. Who is your audience? Your audience are not necessarily your family or friends. It should be someone who has achieved something or who understands what it takes. It should be someone who, let's say, has been through that spiritual awakening and they understand the journey. You cannot expect that someone will understand those things if they haven't had that experience of it. And so maybe they are not your audience. Another thing to consider is when you are sharing about your dreams, your goals. You are inviting other people's energy into your dream. And every dream is very vulnerable in that initial stage. It's like you go into this like birthing process. You are bringing something new to your life. You're making big changes. And when something is new, like the dream is new, and it hasn't reached that energetic momentum yet, it's very fragile. It's like writing a book. If you start writing it and you, I don't know, give your mom to read every chapter of it as you go, you will likely not finish that book. Because what you are creating is very vulnerable in many cases. If you truly follow your soul, you need to create that energetic momentum. You need to build up the energy to a certain stage, after which the dream, gets that momentum and it becomes easier. You don't need to protect it so much anymore. But when you are in those initial phases, it's really important to be selective who you get involved in your dreams, because when you say what you are going to create to someone else, they bring their expectations, they bring in their experience, their beliefs, they bring in their energy, their emotions into it. And even if you are not talking anymore, they may be thinking about it and sending those energies to the dream. And so you have to ask yourself, is this someone who can hold the energy and potency of my dream? Or is it going to harm my dream? What's the energy you are receiving back into your dream from those people? So you need to know when it's a good time to share things. It may not be when you are thinking about it, when you are in the initial birthing stage of something. Another example I have seen so many times is when people are doing the inner work, you have so many realizations, right? You are changing, you are quantum leaping, you are becoming a better version of yourself. And you want to naturally share it with someone else. Now, this is more what I have seen in my clients. Let's say if you are married and your spouse is not going through this intense inner work as much as you do, and you are sharing with them those realizations and everything, and they don't get so excited or they don't get it or whatever, then you may feel Like, you are not like energetic match anymore, and there is something wrong with your relationship. Now, every relationship is different. Ideally, you are with someone whom you not only love, but you have the same values, you have the same priorities, you have the same long-term visions. You are also an energetic and spiritual match. But if this is there, then when you are talking about what you have realized, you must remember that this journey is about you and for you. People get the benefits of it as you change, as you grow. But those things that you are realizing and going through, you don't need to update everyone on every realizations that you have, Your spouse doesn't need to get it or like get super excited about it or whatever. Or your children, or your parents, or your best friends. They don't need to. It's about you. And you need to take this responsibility for yourself. Because it's that inner child in us that wants to share. Because we are used to to have someone to hold our hand. To have mommy to tell you what to do. To tell you if it's good or not. You need to grow out of this mindset. So if you are sharing something from this inner child energy, it's usually not received well. Because no one wants to be parent for you when you're adult. And so you need to learn to do that work for yourself. And those realizations are there for you, not necessarily for other people. Sometimes they are, again, choose your audience. But you don't need to keep everyone updated about everything that you have realized as you go. And now I mostly mean in those intimate, close relationships. So do you want to share it because it's your inner child sharing it, or it's your higher self and it's going to benefit other people? Before sharing something, ask yourself, what is it that you are expecting? Be honest. If you share something, there should never be any attachment to how someone else receives it. And there shouldn't be this attachment that they will give you advice or something, just so. You cannot milk things out of people. When you are leading yourself, when you are in your own sovereignty, you are not attached to how other people will perceive and react to what you are sharing with them. So if you share it just because it feels good and you want to share it, there's no attachment, then go and share it. If you feel that there is that inner child, you need to do some work around it and to heal those wounds. When you are sharing something, always have a look from which place you are sharing it. Ask yourself, is this for me or for others, or both? Is this the right time to talk about it, to get other people involved because they can get inspired or they will benefit, or I need their input once something, let's say goal or project got that momentum? Or is it for me? And then what's that place that I'm coming from? Is it that wounded inner child that's looking for mommy and daddy? Or is it from that empowered higher self energy? Really be honest with yourself. If you are sharing about your goals and dreams and you are not completely sure if that's exactly aligned for you, you have some doubts in you, you will always attract people who will mirror your doubts back to you. And if you are hopeful about your goal, you'll also attract people who will be supportive. And then you have some people telling you not to do it. And some people tell you, yeah, do it. And then again, you don't know. So you need to learn to trust yourself, to hold that space for you as you are working on something creative, as you are changing your life, as you are making decisions, goals, as you do your inner work. It's really important. You need to learn to hold that energetic space so there are no strings attached once you talk about it with other people. If someone gives you advice and you go follow it and it works out, you think it worked out because of them and you create dependency on their opinion and their perspective. And you deprive yourself of learning to make your own choices. If someone gives you advice and it doesn't work out, you blame them and go into victimhood. You don't take responsibility, you think it's because of them. And again, you deprive yourself of your power. Other people cannot really see into your soul. So if something comes from your soul, if there is something, some change you want to make, something you want to work on creatively, some inner work, you feel it deep inside. That's why you have the responsibility to learn to hold that space for yourself and make it happen. And to bring as pure focus as you can into what you are doing. And it's really good to also have someone who can hold that space for you. It's not necessary. It's a personal choice. It doesn't work for everyone. But for some people it works if you have someone you can trust and who gets it. But who really gets it, like ideally it's someone who has been there, who has achieved something similar, or who is generally like successful in something, who can like hold that expensive space for you. It can be a coach, it can be a healer, it can be someone like that you can trust and who doesn't bring those personal perspectives into you and into your goal. But it can be truly anyone else you trust. It can be just one person and it's enough, but primarily it's on you. So on the other hand, it's good to share things, but you need to know when it's the good time and from which place you come from. So ask yourself, when is it good time for me to talk about this? If it's, let's say, your inner work, let your embodiment speak on your behalf. It's the most powerful voice that you'll ever have. When people see how you thrive, how you are much happier, healthier, how your life has changed, they will come and ask you how you have done it. But if they don't, you don't have to push it on them. You need to embody it. Once you have embodied it, you don't need to persuade anyone that this is a good way. People can see it and they naturally are drawn to you. This is that quiet, powerful, embodied leadership. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I see you next time.